Bonehead zombie to robo zombie. Football zombie to mecha football zombie. What would other zombies look like in robotic form? In this video, I will be transforming random zombies to robotic form. I make it futuristic and add some metallic body to make it a robotic form. And showing their abilities, appearance as well as the process of making the zombies. Before we get started with the video, this cute pea shooter is asking you to subscribe. So click that subscribe button. It's free and it will help me a lot. Let's begin with barrel roller zombies. Barrel roller zombie has the ability to squish plants by rolling a barrel. And if the barrel is destroyed, it releases 2 imps. My idea is to transform it into a road roller because its appearance and function are similar. Featuring a rolling object that can flatten the ground just like the barrel roller zombie ability that can crush plants in her path. After an hour of drawing, this is the final result. We have Mecha Roller. The Mecha Roller can crush plants in its path, similar to the barrel roller. However, the uniqueness of this zombie lies in its increased durability due to its metallic body, making it tankier than the barrel roller zombie. However, it doesn't release imps when destroyed, unlike barrel roller zombie. Note that spikeweed and spike rock are not effective counters for this zombie. While they can inflict damage, they cannot destroy the barrel because of its metallic core. Moving on, I choose raw zombie to transform into a robotic form. My idea is to make it resemble a vehicle, but shaped like a bird, with a solar panel. I based it on raw zombies' appearance and abilities, which allow them to absorb sunlight. When sketching, I was deciding what kind of vehicle would fit this character. I chose to make it look like a plane because of its bird-like head, which seemed to make sense. Then, I added details to resemble raw zombie as closely as possible. After that, I created clean line art to prepare for coloring. I used raw zombie's color palette and tried to render it to look metallic. For the final touch, I added an image of an imp from the PvZ2 wiki. I might call this zombie Solar Zombie because of its solar panel look. Raw zombie's ability is to absorb sunlight from the lawn. And Solar Zombie can also absorb sunlight dropped or produced by plants. Unlike raw zombie, where players can cancel the sunlight absorption by clicking it, Solar Zombie's absorption cannot be cancelled. After absorbing sunlight, Solar Zombie releases a laser from its glowing eyes, causing damage to ordinary plants and temporarily disabling robotic plants. Speaking of robotic plants, I uploaded the abilities of Sir Jin fan art of turning plants to robotic form. You can check that one. I put it in the description below. Plants vs Zombies has evolved so much since the start of the game, from pea shooter to mega gatling pea. But will we get some tanks? Well, if you don't want to wait until then, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, War Thunder. You can control over 2,500 different war machines. Just look how cool this thing is. And if you prefer games that involve aerial combat, you can take to the skies with planes and jets. I like to control a ship, cause I like One Piece. War Thunder is a free-to-play game that is available in PC and console. There are currently 70 million players in the game available for PvP. I really like when you defeat an enemy and you'll see the X-ray slow-mo of your attack. It's kinda satisfying for me. Well, the detail and graphics are also top tier. New and returning players that haven't played in 6 months will also receive a massive bonus that includes an exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lions and 7 days of premium account. It's available for a limited time only, so register now. So, just click the link in my description or in the pinned comment down below. Let's proceed to the next one. I picked camel zombies from ancient Egypt. My idea is to create a robotic camel with long legs, driven or controlled by an imp. I came up with the idea of a futuristic camel because camel zombie is based on the animal camel. Here is a time lapse of how I drew that zombie. I started by drawing the basic shape of the camel, focusing on its long legs, which will let it step over most plants easily. Then, I added metal parts and robotic features to make it look more futuristic. The imp on top acts as the driver, adding some character to this robotic version. After many minutes of drawing and adjusting, we now have the Robo Camel zombie. Robo Camel zombie has the ability to cross plants because of its long legs. Note that a tall nut can counter it since Robo Camel zombie cannot cross it. This zombie has high durability because it is covered with a metallic body. Carrying on, we are going to change the Ducky tube zombie into a robotic form. My idea is to take the duck tube and turn it into a metallic plane that the zombie can ride on. So, enjoy the time lapse. I started by adding clean line art and included damaged metal plates to make the design look less plain and empty. First, I applied a base color to define each object's color. Then, I added shadows and highlights to make the drawing look 3D and realistic. This step was important for creating depth and making the metal parts look shiny and textured. I made sure the lighting looked natural on the surfaces. Finally, I carefully colored the zombie pilot riding the plane, making sure every detail was correct and matched the overall look. This last step tied the whole piece together and made it visually appealing. Producing the Robo Ducky tube zombie. This new robotic zombie has some cool abilities. It can fly and land on 4 tiles on the lawn, crashing into plants in that area. When it lands, it crushes any plants nearby. Not only can it fly, but the Robo Ducky tube zombie can also float on water. This means it can move across water and land, making it harder to stop. Its metallic body and small wheels make it move very slowly, but it's very tough and hard to destroy. The best way to stop this robotic zombie is to use the blubber. The blubber can blow away the Robo Ducky tube zombie, pushing it off the lawn and saving your plants. Next is the barrel head zombie. In this transformation, my idea is to make it look like Cannonbolt from Ben 10 because I want it to transform into a rolling barrel, crushing the plants and then returning to its normal form. This idea comes from Cannonbolt's power to roll into a ball and smash through things. First, I took the octo zombie body and removed the octopus from it. Without the octopus, the zombie looked strange and unfinished. But this was just the beginning of the process. To see how the final design would look, I drew a sketch of both his barrel form and his normal form. This helped me plan out the details I wanted to include in each version. After making the sketches, I started outlining his original form. Outlining is important because it sets the stage for coloring and adding details. Once the outlines were done, I began coloring, bringing the Robo Barrel Zombie to life with right colors and textures that showed his unique features. With the original form done, I moved on to his barrel form. I created new outlines and added colors to make the transformation look powerful. The barrel form needed to look like it could do a lot of damage. And finally, we have the Robo Barrel Zombie. As I mentioned earlier, this zombie can turn into a barrel, roll down a lane, and damage any plants in its way. After causing destruction, it changes back to its original form. This form is very durable but moves slowly. Lastly, I picked Digger Zombies. Digger Zombie is from Plants vs. Zombies original. He has an ability to tunnel underground to bypass most plants. Surfaces at the leftmost lane to eat plants while moving back to the right. My idea on this one is to make it a robot that has a hand of driller and it is holding a pickaxe. I decided to make his left arm a drill and have him hold a pickaxe in his right hand to make him look cooler. At this stage, I was thinking about whether to remove the helmet, because it looked like a motorcycle helmet and didn't fit well with the design. After coloring, I decided to remove the helmet and add a glass sphere to cover his head instead. Finally, I carefully colored the Mecha Driller Zombie, making sure every detail was correct and matched the overall look. And we have Mecha Driller Zombie. This robotic form has an ability to tunnel underground by passing most of the plants. This ability is just similar to its original form. However, this zombie can dig faster and has a high durability compared to normal form. The best counter to this plant is EM Peach and underground explosive plants. Peach can cancel the digging of its robotic form that can cause its force to go up in the lawn. Special thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Remember to click the link in my description and pinned comments so you can receive the limited special bonus to start your war against 70 million players worldwide.